And joining us now on the phone from Oxford, Mississippi is one of the members of tonight's broadcast team, Shannon Spake from ESPN. Shannon, thank you for joining us. Appreciate the time.
No problem at all, TJ. Thanks for having me.
Now, last time we talked to you was before Big Blue Madness. There was high hopes for this UK basketball team, a lot of expectations, of course, coming off the national title. It's been up and down, a little bit disappointing to this point. Are you surprised at all by these struggles that Kentucky's seen, or maybe should UK fans have seen this coming?
I don't really think so, because I think it's a process with the team. I think, we saw it last season and we saw it the year before, and it's a process. And with all of these young players coming in and learning about what they need to do, and as Coach Cal says, breaking old habits and learning what they need to do and buying into the trust, I'm not surprised. I mean, I've seen so much growth in them. This will be my third week that I've covered them. The third consecutive Super Tuesday game that we've had Kentucky. And from week to week, I can see little moments of growth in Kyle Wiltshire, in Nerlens Noel. I mean, in everyone, I feel like they are starting to do exactly what Coach Cal is asking them to do. And hey, it's not March yet. It's not April yet. And I still think there's plenty of time for these players and this team to kind of show us what they're capable of.
Having seen that growth, and you've seen plenty of the other SEC teams play, where would you put them in terms of right now, where they are in comparison to the other teams in the SEC?
Well, I think it's tough. I haven't seen Florida in person yet, and obviously a lot of attention has been given to that team. This will be the first time I see Ole Miss in person. I'm really excited to see Marshall Henderson and how those guys, they're just playing. They're just playing very well together and really kind of have that. They've gelled and they have that chemistry going on. So I'm excited to see that. But I think you can never put Kentucky far down that list, because Coach Cal, what we've seen in years past, is his ability to get these guys to do what they need to do at the right time. And I think that we are starting to see that.
Tonight against Ole Miss, obviously a chance for Kentucky to maybe make a statement that they haven't done all year, beating a ranked team. They have their work cut out for them. What are the keys for UK coming into this game tonight that you'd like to see from them, or you think they need to show in order to win that game?
I think Marshall Henderson is going to be their number one guy. I mean, he's hardly a guy that you can leave alone. He's leading the SEC in scoring. Murphy Holloway as well. I mean, a vicious rebounder. I think that this team, this Ole Miss team, they aren't 6-0 in the SEC for nothing. I mean, they are very, very good, and they have all the pieces in place. I certainly think it's going to be a challenge, but is it doable? Of course. I mean, we play the game to play the game, right? I mean, we have to play it 40 minutes, and I really think that they're going to have their hands full, but I don't think it's impossible for them to overcome this. What I've heard from Coach Cal over the last week or so is that you have Nerlens Noel and you have Kyle Wiltshire, who have really stepped up and really starting to get aggressive and do exactly what Coach Cal wants them to do. I think Willie Cauley-Stein being out of the lineup has certainly, from a hype standpoint and from a team kind of working that gel and figuring out their roles, I think it's hurt them a little bit. But I'm excited to see these two teams play, because I think Kentucky has something to prove by going in and trying to knock off a 6-0 in the SEC team. And I think Ole Miss has something to prove by obviously every time Kentucky comes to town, anyone's town, it's the biggest game of the season. So I think it's going to be a great matchup between these two teams. It's
obviously the Super Tuesday matchup, and there's a lot of excitement from both sides. Like you said, there are reports now we're hearing that Ashley Judd and Morgan Freeman are both going to be at the game, which makes it maybe the most star-studded event ever at Ole Miss basketball arena. Before we let you go, do you have a favorite Ashley Judd movie? She's like a staple around here, but do you have a favorite Ashley Judd movie?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, Kiss the Girl with Morgan Freeman. That's so funny that you mentioned Morgan Freeman. I mean, you got to, look at that one. I love that one. What was the one where she was with Hugh Jackman? Because I'm a sucker for romantic comedies, and I can't remember the name.
I have no idea.
Hugh Jackman.
My only one is Simon Birch.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's your only one?
That's just the one I remember. My mom one summer took me to see that 400 times in the theater, so that's the only one I remember. But I'll have to check out the Hugh Jackman one maybe.
Right. Like I said, I'm a sucker for romantic comedies, so I love that one. But so I definitely heard Morgan Freeman might be there. I didn't hear Ashley Judd, but I'm excited. I do NASCAR most of the time, and her husband Dario Franchitti was in the Nationwide Series for a short period of time. So I actually ran into both of them at the Final Four, and that's killer. That'd be awesome to see both of them.
All right, Shannon, Spake from ESPN, thank you very much. Enjoy the game tonight, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you again soon.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.